Here's your forecast from the First Alert Weather Team.
Let's not waste any time. Right into it we go. Outside with our Easy Pro Express First Alert Sky Cam high atop the Murchison building. It's 30 degrees below freezing and it feels like 21. A north wind over 10 miles an hour. That is going to have a big impact, not just for tonight's forecast, but also the next couple of nights. Those wind chill values in the middle and lower teens. So I think that's going to prompt additional cold weather advisories in the nights ahead. So lower 20s for air temps, but look at highs tomorrow. Only a few degrees above freezing at best, and a small chance for a few flurries mid to late afternoon, but the highest chance will be coming really post sunset. So we get the winter storm watch in effect for us. That'll likely get upgraded to a winter storm warning as we head into tomorrow. So don't be surprised to see those changes crawling across the bottom of your screen and also your WECT First Alert Weather app. Let's talk the timeline. Midday Tuesday, really the big thing would be temps near freezing, maybe a little bit above, a little bit below, depending on where you're at. But it'll be another cold night. Wind chill values again tomorrow night going to be dipping down into the middle and lower teens. Some single digit feels like temperatures a possibility in remote spots. But because the air temps will be so cold, I really have higher confidence that this will be a snow event. That said, can't rule out a little bit of an influx in some warm above average air in the mid levels of the atmosphere. That could pose some additional travel issues, but those main travel issues I think will be primarily after sunset through the overnight. So if you don't have to go anywhere, that's great, but we're talking people maybe that are working the late shift that have to work overnight someplace or have to get someplace a little later on in the evening. You're going to want to budget extra time. Because this is a snowy event though, I'm not as concerned for power outages, but again, that might change if we get a little influx of warm air. So basically freezing rain is that, a little mid-level warmth there, and then that freezes on contact with surface temperatures at or below freezing. Let's take you through everything in one place, temps and of course the precip. Clouds going to build in. Temps still going to dip back into the lower 20s tonight. There are your feels like temperatures in blue. Yeah, it's mighty cold. We've got that sentiment. So now we're going to take it to mid-afternoon and close to sunset as we start to see the first flakes begin to fall out of the sky. 4, 5, 6 o'clock, thereabouts, and it's going to ride pretty much right along the coast. Some inland spots may take a little bit to see some of the first flurries ultimately move in, but by the time we get into the bulk of the evening, overnight, a lot of spots going to be inundated with scattered snow showers. And again, a little mid-level possibility of some freezing rain, so that could add a little bit to some ice tallies. We'll have to see how these models, again, continue to play out for tomorrow. But notice, by lunchtime, Wednesday afternoon, skies have cleared out. We're left with the cold temps, but boy, you know, by that point, a lot of this moisture has wrapped up. In fact, the boom or bust forecast really eliminating a lot of the bust potential and the major boom potential. So likely flurries to a coating to maybe a handful of inches, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches, not impossible, mind you. The latest high resolution snowfall model in motion for you here. You see the highest amounts close to the coast. These tallies are going to vary, and by just a little bit here, depending on how much moisture we get. Ice modeling too, ever important to watch, but if we do have any of that concern for any freezing rain to mix in, it would be closest to the coast as opposed to back by I-95. So First Alert Action Days riding for Tuesday and Wednesday. Notice the change late in the week, pulling the alert tag from Friday as we're likely to dry out a bit. And ultimately here, Fran, we see temps a little closer to where they should be for late January. Back in the 50s to near 60s, overnight lows well above freezing too.